I wanted to share a DIY that I actually kind of failed at, and I wanted to walk you through some tips and tricks that will hopefully make it better than mine. We're going to be creating a DIY faux neon sign. So to do the lettering, I used a pencil, a big Sharpie, a measuring tape, clear tape, and some crafts paper. The craft paper is going to be used as my template that I'm writing the word onto, so I just measured that and rolled it out and cut it to the appropriate length that I wanted my word to be. I sketched out my word with pencil onto that craft paper, and I think my first mistake was not using like capital letters. I chose a cursive font, which made the sign harder to read in the end. So I would go with like capital letters or a very clear font. Once I was happy with the lettering, I went over it with the super chunky Sharpie so I had a clear outline of the word. I went ahead and hung up the template with some tape onto the wall where I wanted the word, and my second mistake is doing it on a wall that had wallpaper because you gotta commit, and I didn't realize that till after the fact. To make the actual sign, you'll need mounting clips, a drill, and then some rope light. Now all you have to do is just work the rope light around the word, and as you're going and bending and placing this rope, you just put a mounting clip to secure it. My third mistake was just making the word bigger than my template. I should have definitely just went exactly on my template, but I had a little extra rope, so I thought if I could make the word bigger, it would look nicer, but it ended up just kind of messing up the proportions of the letters. So definitely stick true to your template. Whenever I finish creating a letter, I rip that portion of the word down. That way I'm not drilling into the sign into the wall, because if you do that and you go to rip the sign off or the template off after, the little tiny pieces of paper are going to be stuck in those screws in the wall, and it's going to be a pain to get out. This is right when I noticed that I'm drilling into wallpaper and I can't redo this word, so I had to make it work. You can see that the B is larger than the rest of the letters, but that's because I went rogue and then decided to try to go back onto my template, which it didn't work out because the letters just got progressively smaller. When I stepped back, I really thought that I would surprise myself and it would look perfect, but it definitely looks a little wonky, and I do need to sit and finagle the rope a little bit to adjust the size of the letters. You win some and you lose some. This definitely didn't turn out the way that I planned it with the lettering, but that's why I wanted to share my mistakes and tips and tricks, because I know that this is a great base and a great alternative to the DIY neon sign and that neon rope that's like $100 for a little roll of it versus the less than $25 that I spent on making this sign with stuff from Home Depot. The DIY was a bit of a bust on my end because I don't like the outcome of the word, but I do think it's a win for the execution. I think it would be great to make a Pinterest neon faux sign. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'll see you Sunday for another DIY.